Directly. And with that, on the show, we are joined by Mr. G. Chokalingam, founder and MD Economics Research on the fundamentals, and Sundar Kevat, technical and derivatives analyst, Ashika Institutional Equity on the technicals. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Good evening. Now, let's get straight to the first query on the show. So, John has written to us saying that he's bought 10 shares of HCL at an average price at 919, and he bought these HCL shares 2 years back. So, should he add more at the current levels, or should he be holding it for another 5 years? So, Mr. Chokalingam, talking about the fundamentals of HCL, currently, if I talk about John, so John is sitting on a profit of almost 7,000 there, but he has been holding the stock for 1 year. So, do you suggest him to hold for another, let's say 5 to 6 years? Are you positive on this company?
From conservative defensive point of view, it's a good hold for long term also. But as all of us know, the IT industry is growing in a poor single digit in terms of dollar revenue exports, and that is unlikely to change dramatically even in the medium to long term. But however, technology stocks would be very defensive in nature. Still, I would not rule out uncertainties in the medium to long term. Short term, I believe the market has bottomed out. But in the long term, you can't rule out the volatility for the currency and volatility in the IT business. So therefore, this could be a defensive, but I don't think it can create a lot of wealth for that matter, any IT stock, unless they join any consolidation acquisition, especially from small and mid cap. The large IT stocks, I think the wealth creation story is over long ago.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. Now with that, we have another query. So Amrita has written to us from Kolkata saying that she's bought 300 shares of Gujarat Pipavav Port at 183 a piece. So what should she be doing? So currently, if I talk about, it's trading at 136 and has dropped significantly since the time she bought. She bought it at 183. It's currently trading at 136. She's sitting on a loss of almost over 14,000. There's what I can see. And the stock was down in trade today also. So are you bullish on this particular company as well, if we talk about the fundamentals?
Yeah, certainly. In my firm view, the port business would remain very attractive for medium to long term, because even though our exports are not growing over the years, imports are growing steadily, and that also offers a lot of opportunity for port business. Secondly, as we mentioned, the stock price has already corrected a lot. Third, recently there was a media interview from the global head of the promoter of this Gujarat Pipavav, and that was very, sounding very optimistic in terms of increasing the focus on Indian company. So considering all these three facts, I would give a buy rating on the stock for medium to long term.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. Now we'll move ahead with a WhatsApp query again. So Pramod has written to us from Bengaluru saying that he has 100 MEPME India shares at an average price of 1900. So should he be averaging them? Currently is what I can see that he's sitting on a loss of over 28,000, almost 29,000. Currently the stock is trading at 1611 and he bought it at 1900. So, talking about the fundamentals, are you strong on this company?
No, certainly not. Even now it is trading at over 60 PE, and it was in the valuation bubble zone. That's why it has corrected substantially. But even after this such a steep correction, I don't think there is any attraction in terms of valuation multiple. I would rather, like CDSL related to stock market, capital market business, which is far superior to CE Info system. So I would maintain a sell on CE Info system even at current level and give a strong buy recommendation on CDSL.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. Now, some big news is coming in on IndusInd Bank. Reports say that Reserve Bank has urged IndusInd Bank top bosses to exit after accounting lapses. We have Vishwanath Nair joining in with more details on this. Vishwanath, please take it away.
Right, Himashi. So what we understand, so as of now, is that some news reports are suggesting that the RBI has told the IndusInd Bank CEO and Deputy CEO, Sumant Katpalia, as well as Arun Khurana, respectively, to step down as soon as the board finds replacements for both of them. Of course, remember that these are news reports that are coming in from an external news agency. According to this, as soon as the replacements are finalized, both these people will step down from the bank. Having said that, now sources we can confirm at NDTV Profit is that the RBI is very clear that the board has to send in the names of potential appointees at these positions by September or so, September or October, because it would take about 6 months or so for the RBI to decide who exactly will succeed Sumant Katpalia and Arun Khurana at IndusInd Bank. And once that decision has been made, it will be sent to the RBI for approval. And once the RBI approves it, then the change will happen. Of course, as soon as the change happens, both these people will have to step down from their positions. What we understand is that the RBI's messaging has been very, very clear from the beginning that if the RBI is giving only shorter tenures to any official at a bank, then it's very clear that the RBI is unhappy with the performance of that person. And the RBI wants the board to then figure out who the alternative CEO of that bank should be and send in names. Now, the bank has the freedom, the bank's board has the freedom to decide whether these are going to be external candidates or internal candidates. And depending on the names that they send, the RBI will do its own fit-in proper checks on these people and then decide who fits the bill best. It is also possible that the RBI rejects all three names that the bank's board sends. These are all common processes that happen with every bank every bank appointment. And that's exactly the process that will be followed by RBI in this position. What the RBI is also waiting for is for the accountability exercise at IndusInd Bank to be concluded. Remember that last evening, IndusInd Bank released an exchange notification where they said that an external agency has been appointed to conduct, among other things, checks on the accounting standards at the bank, whether there was any lapses in the accounting process, and who is responsible for these lapses. This external agency will submit its report, and on the basis of what the board accepts and sends to the RBI will decide on further course of action. If there is any lapses that are found in this entire process, then the RBI will take strict action against the people involved. That is what our sources are telling NDTV Profit, Makshi.
Right, Vishwanath. And also, what does this mean, talking about the future aspects of it? What does it mean for the company? Because it has seen a lot of turmoil in the past. So what does this imply?
Well, there's really no implication here. I mean, if the CEO has to step down, then the CEO has to step down, and a new CEO will have to be appointed at the bank. Once that entire process of transition happens, then of course we'll have to see how the bank takes away from these allegations of impropriety or allegations of any accounting lapses or allegations of any governance issue at the bank. All of these things, it will be very interesting to see how the new management or the new CEO at the bank will tackle these issues. But remember that at this point in time, the focus is on finding out the size of the problem, which PwC as an external agency is already doing. Apart from that, there's another external agency which will do the accountability check of this entire issue. That will be a separate report that will come in after the PwC report. And on the basis of that, there will be more action against the bank. But do expect a lot of negative sort of viewpoints on how the bank is actually going to play out in the markets on Monday. You should expect some amount of volatility at IndusInd Bank.
Right, Vishwanath. I'm sure, Monday will be a very deciding day as to how the stock will react to this particular news. And I'll also like Mr. Chokalingam's view on it since he's there on the show with us. Mr. Chokalingam, how do you see this affecting, the company, and what does this really mean for retailers like, investors, for like you and me who are watching, this news breaking?
Yeah, actually, this is a really unfortunate development for the bank. The magnitude of the discrepancy which they fail to notice is really tough to accept, and the market has amply punished. Apparently, it looks attractive. It is less than the one-time adjusted book value, but the point is that you have a historical precedence where whenever such issues happened, they fell even below book value, and the re-rating never happened in such banks. So, considering this latest development further, I would suggest wait for more clarity, because if you look at institutional holding, it's almost more than 65% in the whole bank, including foreign investors and domestic institutional investors, as well as corporate body. The problem is, if there is any more allegation or any discrepancy is proven, then these institutional investors and corporate bodies, they can simply dump the stock. So therefore, retail investors can wait for the dust to settle down and more clarity to come in, rather than trying to do bargain buying on Monday.
Yes, Mr. Chokalingam, thanks for that. Now let's move ahead with the show. We have a caller from Himachal Pradesh. Hi, HK Sharma.
Hello, good evening, madam.
Good evening. How can we help you on the show?
Ma'am, I have 5 lakhs and I want to invest for more than 2 years.
Okay.
And I am an aggressive investor. So
All
kindly
right.
suggest me some stocks.
Okay. So, have you narrowed down any particular sectors for investment?
No, ma'am. In general, I am aggressive investor and I can stay for more than 2 years.
Okay. So, Mr. Chokalingam, a very broad question there for you. You know, he has a corpus of 5 lakh rupees. He wants to invest, in. He's asking for recommendations as to in which sector he should be, investing in, and he's looking for a time horizon of 2 years. So, what picks do you have for him?
So for long-term investment, I can think of 2 businesses. One is banking, and the other one is stock market related, because both are proven to be growing sectors. Among major 8 to 10 sectors listed in Nifty and Sensex, if you see, the banking sector is still one sector which is growing in double digit. It is one of the few sectors to grow. So therefore, we have recommended SBI, and also in small cap Bank of Maharashtra. Third, CDSL. So these are the 3 stocks we have a coverage, and these are the 3 I would strongly recommend on the basis of our research coverage.
And Mr. Sundar, coming to you on the technical front, I'm sorry I've been keeping you waiting for so long because there were so many fundamental queries on the show. But what are your topics, for an investor having a corpus of almost 5 lakh rupees? What top picks do you have?
So I have M&M on my radar, then SAIL, then Vedanta, then Welspun Corp. These are top picks from my side.
Right. Thanks for that view. With that, let's go across to a caller from Hyderabad. Hi, Shrikant. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes. How can we help you, Shrikant?
Madam, I am long term, madam. So
Okay.
5 years, madam. PVC pipes lo mid cap and small cap recommendations, madam.
All right.
Fundamentally, the strong stocks, madam. Mid cap and small cap, madam.
Okay. And you're looking for a long-term view on the counter or short-term?
Long term, madam.
Okay.
5 years.
5 years. All right.
10 years.
Okay, 5 to 10 years. Mr. Chokalingam, are you strong on PVC pipes for 5 to 10 years of horizon?
Oh, certainly, no doubt. It's a play on urbanization, which is continuously rising. So the demand for PVC pipe would be very strong. But the problem is, the valuation comfort. Still many stocks are trading at exorbitant valuation. The profit growth is not proportionate to the P they command. So I don't have any individual stock, but I am bullish on the whole industry.
Okay. So Mr. Chokalingam is bullish on the whole industry. And what about you, Mr. Sundar? How is it faring on the charts?
One second.
Yes. It's PVC pipes.
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Sure.
PVC.
Till the time, Mr. Chokalingam, talking about the sector in particular, do you have any other recommendations for a new investor who wants to, invest in this particular space?
Yeah, I would, as a research strategy, I would first of all give my recommendation that park at least 40-50% the large cap. Still we can see some volatility. But having said that, in the small and mid cap space, apart from Bank of Maharashtra and CDSL, one can also consider stocks like FDC Limited and Sterling Tools. Among all these, I have personally invested in FDC Limited. It's a domestic pharmaceutical company. 82% of the sales are from the domestic market. So therefore, we don't have to worry too much about what is happening in the US and tariff front. And second, Sterling Tools, the stock is down more than 50% from 52-week high. Not only for that reason, I like this stock a lot because it has got 100% subsidiary which is engaged in making motor control unit for electric two-wheelers and electric three-wheelers. So right now that industry is growing in single digit, but we all know that electric vehicles have got a fantastic long-term prospect. And this one company with a high market share in the electric vehicle component, I believe it can be a great long-term story. Personally, I do not own directly or indirectly, but I am fully convinced that this will be a solid long-term wealth-creating stock.
All right. Thanks for that view. Let's go across to a caller from Chennai. Hi, Srinivasan. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes.
This is regarding Ashok Leyland.
Okay.
I got 270 shares at 225 rupees.
Right.
I bought it around 4 months back. It went down and then will it bounce back or what is the technical? I would like to know the technical view.
And I'm sorry, you bought it 4 months back? Am I correct?
What is it? What is it?
When did you buy it? You bought it 4 months back?
4 months back. 4 months back.
Yeah. All right. So in just 4 months, the stock, you bought it at 225 and currently it's trading at 210. So definitely you are sitting on a meager, loss there. But talking about, for how long are you planning to hold it?
No, I am thinking if it is bouncing back in the short term, so I'll.
So you're looking for a short-term outlook on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Sundar, coming to you, today it was trading at 211 and but do you see it recovering anytime soon and reaching 225 levels in let's say 1 to 3 months? Are you seeing any bounce back there?
Right. So, Himakshi, I would like to elaborate the stock. So the stock is actually fallen from 260 odd levels, and currently the stock structure is near to the sideways. And one positive point about this stock is that the stock is actually giving a good close above its short-term moving averages, that is 20, and mid-term moving average, that is 50. So I would suggest the stock to be at hold, and if the viewer is a bit short-term view, then I would suggest him to place a stop loss of around 195 and hold the stock.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Sundar. Now, let's go across to one more caller from Ranchi. Hi, Tarun. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
My question is regarding Hindustan Zinc. Actually, I am holding around 600 shares
All right.
at an average price of 460.
Okay.
And I will be holding it for a long time for capital appreciation as well as the dividend yield.
Mm-hmm.
So, you may please suggest me what should I do? Should I accumulate more?
Okay. So, Mr. Chokalingam, currently it's trading at 446. He bought it at 460. But Hindustan Zinc is a fundamentally strong company. So do you suggest him holding the stock for, another, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Certainly. For medium to long term, it's a very good stock, Hindustan Zinc. It is engaged in both zinc and silver. Long ago, the zinc used to be a major dominant contributor to the profits. Now, recently, the zinc business has picked up and it is almost catching up with the zinc business, silver. And interestingly, all over the world, silver business are trading at a much higher multiple. So I have just today only I have decomposed zinc and silver businesses if we give even 12 PE to zinc and around 30 PE to silver business, I think there is a significant upside even in the short to medium term. Long term, definitely it has got a much better prospect because the rupee keeps depreciating against dollar over the last 5 decades, and I don't see that trend making in any major break, which would mean the domestic price of silver will keep rising. And as Hindustan Zinc has plans to expand both zinc and silver, I believe in the long term, this is a very good stock to expect a good wealth. And also the stock is almost down about 45% from the 52-week high. That also adds a lot of comfort to the stock.
All right. Thanks for that view. And Sundar, are you also having any view on the counter for short term?
Yes, I'm having a view on this counter. So the stock has actually gained now good momentum from 400 level and currently it's trading at around 446. So a break above 470 could ignite this momentum till 574. So this stock is a good counter to watch out.
All right. All right. Thanks for that view. Now, Ashwin is joining us on the phone line from Rajkot. Hi, Ashwin. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yes. How can we help you, Ashwin?
Is it
I
fine?
have got 12,000 IOC. I bought it 2 years back.
Okay.
It is cost about 80 rupees.
Okay.
So what can I do?
So are you looking for a long-term view or a short-term view,
Yes, long
Ashwin?
term. Yeah, long term.
Long-term. And firstly, I'd like to congratulate you because you're sitting on a significant profit of over 6 lakh rupees there. In just 2 years that you've told that, you know, you bought it at 80 and currently it's trading at 131. So kudos to you for spotting the correct levels, and I'd get your query answered. Mr. Chokulingam, coming straight to you. How are the fundamentals of IOC looking like, and should Ashwin be booking his profits or should he be staying invested in it?
Another 10-15% upside is possible based on the fundamental, but I would exit because its performance and stock price are extremely volatile, apart from market condition, also based on the oil and gas prices. So the volatility would continue. So therefore, if it crosses 10 to 15% from current level, it could be a good sell.
Okay. And Sundar, coming to you on the technical front, what are the charts suggesting on IOC?
Yeah, so the charts are positive as of now, and I would like to hold this stock. If the viewer wants to play the stop loss, then he should play it at around 120 levels. But the first target will be at around 145, and the second target will be its 200 DMA that is placed around 150.
Right. All right. Thanks for that view. Now, Nipun is joining us on the phone line from New Delhi. Hi, Nipun. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Yes. Please ask away your question.
I'm bleeding on Vodafone Idea. I purchased when it was on 17 levels. I leveraged and got it down to the level of 10 right now.
Right.
So I'm holding around 75,000 odd shares of it. So I was wondering that, what prospect the panel sees for Vodafone Idea in coming time or in long term? Should I hold on to it or exit the first opportunity I get? No?
Yes, but why did you go for Vodafone Idea in the very first place, Nipun?
There's a saying in Hindi, Vinash Kale Vipreet Buddhi, na? So I thought that the moment Vodafone Idea was rising on 15 and plus level, I thought, let's go for it.
Okay. Because you are sitting on a loss of almost 2 lakh rupees there is what I can see. Mr. Chokulingam, this is what really happens. The investors get lured by, the prices, considering that these are so cheap and, let's just buy in bulk and let's see what happens. So on that front, what do you have to say? What suggestion you have for investors like, Nipun, who is now sitting on a loss?
Yeah. So I would like to give two learning which I made personally in the last 3.5 decades. You are absolutely right. There are a lot of retail investors who get attracted by low single-digit share price, but they should remember the fact that yes, that such a tactical investment may make money in a solid bull market, but generally before suspension of many stocks from the stock market, many stocks tend to become low single-digit. But yes. Vodafone, I won't say that it will be suspended. I'm only saying the historical experiences because Vodafone, definitely the promoter profile is very strong. They won't allow the stock to get suspended or the business to get killed. Definitely, that is not possible at all. Now, second, averaging. It is a very good strategy provided you understand the fundamentals of the company and business. And just to give an example, JB Chemical all the way from 360 came down to 160, and that is the kind of stock many people averaged, and finally the stock went up to 6,000 adjusted for bonus. I'm not recommending JB Chemical, I'm just giving an example. So unless you understand the fundamentals thoroughly and the business model, one should not go for averaging for the sake of averaging, because otherwise your hard-earned money would go away. Now, coming back to the fundamentals of Vodafone, it is very difficult for any analyst to give a strong buy recommendation on Vodafone based on the current fundamentals. Yes, tactically it is possible. I would give two possibilities. If by any chance promoters convert a lot of their equity into debt, or they decide to sacrifice a significant proportion of the equity write-off, then that possibility can help. Second possibility, apart from promoters, the lenders also take a hit and convert into equity. These are the two possibilities. If any of them materialize, then definitely this stock can give you very good return. But as an analyst, very difficult for us to predict that. So current fundamentals do not justify, but any such possibilities happen, then this stock can give a very attractive return also.
All right, thanks for that very wise view there, Mr. Chokalingam, on Vodafone Idea. Now with that, we'll have to slip into a short break. Keep sending in your queries, viewers, on WhatsApp and call in. We'll be right back for Ask Profit. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit Conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every anlom, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breathing also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Ask Profit with me, Himakshi, and on the show we are joined by Mr. G. Chokalingam on the fundamental and Sundar Kevat on the technical. So they will be answering all your fundamental and technical queries. So please pick up that phone and call us right away. The numbers are flashing on your screens right now. With that, let's go across to a caller from New Delhi. Hi, Sanjeev. Good evening.
Ma'am, Sanjeev this side.
Yes, please go ahead with your query.
My query is that for this Tata Motors, what would be the impact of the Tesla coming to India?
Yes.
Because in the last week, the Tata Motors was available at some around 800 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to invest in this share. And second question is, what there is a company called Lanco Infra.
Okay.
What is the future of that company?
I'm afraid, Sanjeev, we'd only be able to take one query, and we'll be taking your second query on probably the next, show. So you can ask away on Ask Profit again. But coming back to your query on Tata Motors, Mr. Chokalingam, there is an optimistic sentiment about the Tata Motors, because of its focus on expanding its electric vehicle portfolio and technical advancement. But Tesla is definitely considered as a threat. But do you see it as a threat or not, affecting the fundamentals of the company? Will there be any shake-up on the fundamental aspect?
For next 1 to 3 years, I don't see Tesla impacting the domestic players. After looking at Tesla's production cost and the prices of its vehicles outside India, I don't think they can match the cost effectiveness of companies like Tata Motors. So problem for Tata Motors is more to do with domestically, because now it is not able to beat its competitor in the domestic competitors in the domestic market. That is a major problem. And therefore, I prefer in automobile sector Mahindra and Mahindra to Tata Motors, because Mahindra is still doing phenomenally well in relative terms within the automobile, and also tractor business is doing very well, and in terms of profitability and sales, and also it has got 2 plants, assembly plants in the US itself for the tractors, so it may not be affected very badly on the export of tractor as well. So I would prefer M&M to Tata Motors.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. And Sundar, coming to you on the technical aspect, currently it's trading at 703 and was up in trade today over 1%. But if I look at the charts, so, since July and after August, probably, it has seen a significant fall. So what do you have to say on that front? Are you positive on Tata Motors for the short term?
Yeah. So correctly said, Tata Motor is actually, it has gained some positive momentum from past few weeks. So, and additionally, it has actually given a close above its medium-term moving average, which is 50-day moving average. So currently, if the viewer wants to hold the stock, then yes, he can hold the stock with a stop loss of say around 660. The stock looks positive, and my view is to hold the stock.
Okay, so that's a hold on Tata Motors for short term. With that, we have a caller joining us from Jaipur. Hi, Mahendra Raj.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. How can we help you?
Yeah, ma'am, good evening. I just wanted to inquire about the CAMS. I purchased 55 shares of the CAMS
at
4275 price.
All right.
And currently I'm at loss of the 25,000. Should I keep it for the long term, or I need just fundamental and technical aspect on this?
But Mahendra, I can see that you're sitting on a profit of 31,000 there, because you bought it at 4,275 is what you said, and currently it's trading at 4,848. So
no, 3815, ma'am.
Sorry?
It's currently trading at 3815.
No, it's trading at 4,848. Canes Tech is the stock you're
No, Cames, C-A-M-S.
Okay. My bad completely. We thought that you were talking about Canes Tech.
No, Cames.
Okay. Understood.
It's a computer-aided management service.
Yes, understood. So, Mr. Chokalingam, since he's sitting on a loss there, what do you have to say on the fundamentals of the company?
Valuation is still stretched, but certainly, for long term, one can hold at current level. Definitely, the growth would help in the medium to long term. So, for 2 to 3 years view, at current price, it's a good to hold.
All right. And should he be staying invested in it? Because since he's incurring a loss currently.
Yeah, certainly, one can hold. And if it dips more than 5%, then one can accumulate the stock for the medium to long term.
All right. Thanks for that view. With that, we have a caller from Coimbatore. Hi, Keshav. Good evening.
Hi. Thanks for this call.
Yes, it's our pleasure. Please go ahead with your query.
Yes, my query is regarding Natco Pharma.
Okay.
I'm holding around 600 shares.
Okay.
Average price is 997.12.
Okay.
I'm already sitting with 1 lakh loss actually. So I'd like to know whether I can accumulate on a daily basis because I won't touch this money for the next 1 year minimum.
Yeah.
So how shall I plan it? Can I get some?
Okay. Mr. Chokalingam, again coming to you on the fundamental aspect of it, since February we've seen a very significant fall in this particular company, and pharma sector, is in pain and actually it is in focus after the, US tariff, the sort of thing. Now, what do you have to say to our viewers, to our investors who have invested in pharma sector and in this particular company per se? So, are you positive on Natco Pharma?
Despite having vast experience, I find it as an analyst to understand this Natco Pharma business, because the business is extremely volatile and also the stock price on the market for more than 10 years. Honestly speaking, I find it very difficult to decode it. But one thing I know for sure that it can easily come back to at least 1,000 level based on the past experience in terms of business as well as the stock prices. I would suggest to hold, but I would not suggest buying it. At least wait for another 1 or 2 quarter performance, because latest quarter numbers were really very, very disappointing. So let us see April first week what happens to pharma exposed to America, because this company has got a huge exposure to American markets. So till that time, it's a hold only.
Okay, so a hold, but still a caution is what Mr. Chokalingam is suggesting. But Sundar, coming to you on the technical front, is it positive? Is it looking positive on the charts?
No, currently the stock is not showing any major turnaround from here. So I would recommend that any rise would be a good exit.
Vijayawada. Hi, Prabhakar. Good evening.
Hello, I am calling from Coimbatore. I am Ilson.
Yes. I'm sorry. Prabhakar is there on the phone line, right? Mr. Prabhakar? I think we've lost the line there, but we have his query. He's bought 770 shares of Nykaa at 163 a piece. He's looking for a short-term view on the counter. Currently, it's trading at 173 and was, up in trade today over 2%. Sundar, coming to you, how is it faring on the charts? Is it positive?
Here the stock is positive and I would recommend the stock to buy.
Okay, okay, all right. With that, let's go across to a caller who's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Mahadev. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, madam.
Yes, how can we help you on the show?
IT stocks, madam, mid cap and FMGC stocks, mid cap and small cap, madam. 5-year long-term recommendations, please request, madam.
Okay, so Mr. Chokalingam, again, a fundamental query on the show, and he's looking for stock recommendations in the mid-cap IT and FMCG sector. So are you having any top 3 picks there?
Unfortunately, no, because now actually last 4 days market has picked up and almost 20 lakh crore of rupees the market has recovered. So tactically the market is going to reward non-defensive. The second reason, what is supposed to be the defensive sector, namely IT and FMCG, they have miserably failed to beat the market even when market was going down. That's because both have what I call single-digit growth syndrome. When IT services dollar exports are growing in single digit and FMCG volume is still growing in single digit, I don't see that changing much in the next 1 or 2 quarters. So therefore, I don't have, unfortunately, any strong buy recommendation. Still, if one has to force, I would suggest Britannia, because the wheat output is expected to be very good as per the government estimate. And wheat is a key input for Britannia. And the stock also corrected a lot. And it's also investor friendly. Almost 80-85% of the profit it returns as a dividend to investors. So this one stock I can recommend even FMCG space.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. Sundar, coming to you, what are your topics in the mid-cap IT and FMCG space for the short term?
So I don't see any major turnaround in IT sector as of now. So I would not be able to pick any stock. But yes, in FMCG sector, if you say I would like to go with ITC. The stock is currently at 405 odd level. So a breakout above 415 could ignite the stock and it could go up till 450, and then the next target will be at around 475.
All right, all right. Thanks for that view there. Now let's go across to a caller joining us from Kerala. Hi, Vinod. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Vinod here.
Yes. How can we help you?
Good evening to Chokalingam, sir. I just want to know if you positive in metal, mining or power, any of the 3 sectors. And
metal, mining and power.
Yeah, any of the sectors. And if Chokalingam, sir, can suggest me 1 or 2 stocks.
Okay, okay. Mr. Chokalingam, you've made quite a lot of fans there. Direct query to you. So, they're asking for stock recommendations in metal, mining and power sector. So, do you have any picks there?
Thanks for the kind words. In power, the stocks have corrected, but still, if you look at the valuation, whether in terms of enterprise value per megawatt or in terms of PE, I don't find many stocks or any stock very attractive. Still, one has to force, and then one can go for a Tata Power. And metal and mining, I would recommend Hindustan Zinc and Hindalco. Hindustan Zinc I already explained in detail. Hindalco is another stock which has a lot of potential and cheaply valued. These are the 2 stocks one can consider.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. And Sundar, are you also having any picks there?
Yeah, in power sector, I am having a view. Torrent Power. The stock is currently at its important support of 1550. So a breakout above this level could ignite the stock till 1700 with a stop of say around 1390. The stock looks positive on charts, plus as well as the stock is also showing a good amount of volumes over here.
Right. Thanks for that view. With that, we're getting a caller from Hyderabad. Bhaskar is calling in. Hi, Bhaskar. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, how can we help you?
Yeah, I'm having 500 shares of Zomato.
Okay.
At 275.
Mm-hmm. At 275?
Yeah, 270.
270, okay.
Yeah, I can hold for a long term.
Okay.
I want both the technical and the fundamental view on this.
All right. You bought it at 270. Currently, it's trading at 227, and you are sitting on a loss of over 21,000. There's what I can see. So, Sundar, coming to you on the technical front, first, how is Zomato faring on the charts? Is it? Are you having a positive outlook on it?
Even if we refer daily time frame, the stock is currently into sideways zone. But yes, if the stock somehow manages to break out the 240 levels, then yes, I will be positive on the stock till 280. But currently, as of now, the stock is sideways, so I don't want to enter this stock. But about breakout about 250 will be a good buy for this stock.
All right. And Mr. Chokalingam, since Zomato's stock has experienced a lot of volatility, so, considering that aspect in mind, are you still positive on the fundamental aspect of the company?
Frankly speaking, this kind of stocks don't fit into my, universe of coverage. But still, to be fair, the growth is there, strong growth. And after debuting in the index, the stock also fell a lot. So I believe, since because it is an index, there is a tactical opportunity because a lot of global fund ETFs can buy directly or indirectly, and also due to the growth and severe crash in the price, there is a possibility of 10% purely on tactical ground. So therefore, one can buy for possible 10% upside in the short term.
All right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. With that, we have a caller from Coimbatore. Hi, Mil Sami.
Yes, good evening to all.
Good evening. How can we help you on the show?
I am having 600 shares of ITC bought at rupees 540.
Okay.
Now it goes silent. Whether I add more or minimize them or diversify.
All right, all right. And are you looking for a long-term view or a short-term view?
Yes, 2 to 3 years old.
2 to 3 years. Okay.
Yes.
So I think on the show today there are only fundamental queries. Mr. Chokalingam, ITC has shown a consistent performance, over the years with a solid return on equity, ROE, and a focus on maintaining good, dividend yield as well. So considering that in mind, but the stock has fallen. He bought it at 540. Currently, it's trading at 406. So, do you still advise Mil Sami to, hold this counter or for another, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, definitely the investor can buy the stock. For a 2-year time frame, I am pretty confident that it can reach back 500 level. As you rightly said, it has failed to perform. As I already explained, FMCG business is growing in poor single digit. And again, problem peculiar to ITC is, within FMCG, its paper segment is not doing well. And IT business, which is run through subsidiary, is also not growing in strong double digit. So that hangover is there in the short term. So short term, it may fail to reward in a big way, but definitely in a 2 years time frame, this stock is likely to give a decent return of around 500 rupees. So therefore, I would give a buy call on ITC.
All right, so that's a buy call on ITC, and Mr. Chokalingam seems quite positive on the stock for the long term. With that, Yash is joining us on the phone line from Delhi, NCR. Hi, Yash. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, how can we help you, Yash, on the show?
I wanted to know about the Pricol stock.
Okay.
I'm looking for the outlook. I bought Pricol at the rate of 549, 19 shares.
Okay. And why
what
did you...
will be the outlook for this stock for the next 1 year?
Okay, and what was the thought process behind buying Pricol, Yash?
Actually, from last 2 to 3 years, it was giving consistent profits. That's
Yeah. Okay, so I'll get your query answers. Mr. Chokalingam, coming straight to you. Correctly said, over the past 1 year, Pricol has delivered a return of over 24% there and significantly outperforming the broader market, which has seen a much lower increase. But currently it's trading at 449. He bought it at 549. Do you see any sort of recovery in the long run?
Long run, yes. Valuation is highly stretched. It has become a phenomenal multi-bagger in the recent years, in the last 2-3 years. Therefore, valuation comfort is not there. But year or two, one can definitely go for around 550 rupee target. But in the short term, I feel Pricol could remain as a laggard.
All right. And Sundar, what do you have to say on the counter for short term?
Yeah, so in today's trading session, the stock was up by 6.29%, and also it is interesting to note that the volume has also increased significantly. So the stock looks positive on charts. My target for the stock will be at around 533 with a stop loss of 390. The risk to reward ratio to me looks favorable over here.
All right. So for short term, it's looking favorable, is what Sundar is suggesting. With that, we have a caller from Mumbai. Hi, Dilip. Good evening.
Hello. Hi. Good evening.
Yes. How can we help you, Dilip?
I have a query. Like I bought Adani Power at the rupees 497.
Okay.
With a quantity of 200. So while we have seen already that market has rallied almost 4 to 5%, but we have not seen any significant move in that particular script. So every day I can see the stock is going up, and at the end of the session it is again going down. So what's happening, and what can we look into in that particular script, and what should be the at least 1 year target for me?
Okay. Mr. Chokalingam, how are the fundamentals of Adani Power looking like? Because currently, it's trading above what Dilip had bought at. He bought at 497. Currently, it's trading at 522. So there's clearly an uptick there. But still, on the fundamental aspect, what do you have to say on the company?
One can definitely hold it for long term, slightly stretch the valuation, but definitely medium to long term, I believe it has got a lot of potential. Ultimately, it will be able to expand, the business domain across various geographies and be able to substantiate the current valuation. That is my view. So I would give a strong hold on Adani Power. If there is any decline of, even around 5%, one can buy the stock.
And Sundar, what do you have to say on the counter for short term?
Yeah, so the stock has actually corrected from 850 levels, and now the stock is showing some early sign of accumulation. So a breakout above 600 could ignite the stock till 752. So this is a good counter, but not at this price. I would go long if the stock price goes above 600.
Right. Thanks for that view. Now, just a small disclaimer there. Adani Group is a part of the AMG. NDTV is a subsidiary of AMG Media Networks Limited and Adani Group Company. Now, with that, we have a caller from Bengaluru. Om Prakash is joining us on the phone line. Hi, Om Prakash. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, how can we help you on the show?
I hold stocks of GAIL, 2,777 at 112. I just want to know the view for the long term.
Okay, you bought it at 2,770 and currently you're sitting on a loss or on a profit.
At 112, yes.
Bought at 110.
112, that's average price.
Okay. And but I can see that you are sitting on a profit of over 1 lakh rupees there, Om Prakash. So currently you want a fundamental outlook on the counter?
Yeah, fundamental and long-term view on.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Chokalingam, GAIL is the counter we are talking about. What do you have to say for, on the fundamental aspect of the company?
Yeah, definitely for both short term and long term, it's a buy. Stock has fallen a lot. Valuations have become very appealing after the recent severe fall in the stock price. The outlook for, the gas transmission network is really amazing in the country, and GAIL is also expanding its capacities in the petrochemical stream. So all this would definitely augur well for long term also. So it's a buy for both short term and long term.
All right, and with that we have a caller from Kolkata. Hi, Shomali. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, how can we help you, Shomali?
I have bought IRFC.
Okay.
900 shares.
Okay.
At the price 127.
Okay. So are you looking for a long-term view?
Long-term view.
Okay. Mr. Chokalingam, IRFC just received a Navratna status also, So do you see that as a good, for the company's fundamental performance, and do you suggest Shomali to stay invested in this particular counter for long-term?
Yeah, definitely. This valuation is still stretched even after 40% fall, but definitely the long-term outlook looks very good. There would be tremendous increase in its financial businesses. So therefore, I would suggest hold in case it tends to go close to 110 level, then one can aggressively buy the stock.
Right. Thanks for that view, Mr. Chokalingam. And with that, I'm afraid that we're running short of time. But thank you so much, Mr. Chokalingam and Sundar, for being on the show and, asking our viewers' queries so patiently. Thank you for being there. And with that, viewers, it's a wrap on Ask Profit today. But stay tuned to NDTV Profit as there's more lined up ahead for you all.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit Conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure, from where I sit, I see that private capital expenditure is happening.
Any tariff coming on Indian goods will be passed on to American consumers and Indian companies will not be affected.
We feel fairly good about the fact that we can compete with various folks.
Actually, instead of Viksit Bharat, we should call it Re-Viksit Bharat.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
More trouble for IndusInd Bank as sources tell NDTV Profit that the Reserve Bank of India is awaiting the accountability exercise to be completed before taking action on the bank. This comes amid reports that the central bank has asked the IndusInd Bank CEO and deputy CEO to step down after replacements are found. Benchmark indices extended their winning streak for the fifth consecutive session, delivering their strongest weekly performance in over 4 years. The Sensex surged 4.17 this week, closing at 76,906 after gaining 557 points. Similarly, we saw the Nifty advance by 4.26%, marking its best weekly gain since February 2021. Foreign investors record the highest single-day buying in 2025 by shares worth 7,470 crore rupees in the cash market, ramping up inflows. Meanwhile, domestic investors buy shares worth 3,202 crore rupees, signaling the return of investor confidence. The Indian rupee posts its best day against the dollar in over a month, strengthens past the 86 mark. This is a level that the rupee hasn't crossed since January the 10th.